All right, talking about degrees. Have y'all checked out the Deliverance movie? It's the one by Lee Daniels. Look, I have not had a chance to actually watch it in full, but it's making its waves on the internet and people are talking. All right, Glenn Close had it's actually an interview actually that's done. I think it's on the channel called Still Watching Netflix. It's a YouTube channel where Glenn Close talks about her being in the role. Lee Daniels is talking about it as well. But it's a very insightful interview because Glenn really talks about how she had to really reach in terms for this character, how she spoke. She had to look towards her family on set. You know what that meant. Glenn was like, listen, how y'all talk? Because the way Lee talk about the way I need to talk, I need to make sure I get this right. So glad, also that this movie is not just about one thing. You know, at one point in time, it almost kind of looked like people were trying to steer it in the direction of Monique came back into the scene in terms of some of her acting, well, specifically with Lee Daniels and mending that friendship. And then they were going to be working back together. But y'all, this is deep. Y'all, this is another level. And I had made this comment, I don't know if it was months ago, maybe sometime in April or May, that I feel like an area that was missing in terms of where you can take over directing is that Halloweeny, that scary, right? Because even though this movie didn't come out around Halloween, it's one of those scary movies, especially because it has that true undertone to it, right? The Deliverance is, it's based off of a true story. It's about a woman basically who moves her family to a new home for a fresh start, but something evil already lives there. And then when they determine that they're going to live in the home, guess what? That evil thing haunts them. It's inspired by true events. Well, The Deliverance is streaming right now on Netflix. If you want to check it out, if you've already checked it out, y'all, please down in the comments below because I want to know. Yeah, I definitely want to know. And speaking of wanting to know, Tyler Perry has a brand new movie that's going to be coming out there in December, and it's also based off of a true story. It's a true story about the 6888 Battalion, the only predominantly Black women's Army Corps unit during World War II. The female soldiers basically defy the odds to deliver hope to the front lines. The name of the film is called The 6888. For my historian critics, this sounds like it's right up your alley, okay? And SandraRose.com reports that the film did receive some positive reports from critics saying stars in the film include saying that this is a film that's going to basically portray Black women in a positive light. It's not about, anything related to drugs. It's not about anything about somebody being broken, right? Just kind of putting that positive spin on it. I think especially after the recent movie with Megan Good that was done by Tyler Perry, I think this is a good follow-up. Now, I don't know if he has something in between that because, honey, with Tyler Perry, you just never know what's going to be coming up. But I will say that this is something to look forward to, especially since it's also based off of a true story. Now, in the film, I had a chance to, I didn't watch the whole film. Right now, just the trailer is out, y'all. But I watched the trailer, and one of the most powerful lines in the entire trailer said, "You don't have the luxury to be good. You have the burden to be better." What? Talk about power. Harry Washington, Sarah Jeffrey, Mariah Brown, and more are going to be starring in the film that's set to open in theaters on December the 6th and on Netflix December the 20th.